chemistry, nanotechnology, polymer studies, robotics, computer science, biomedical research. This is a small sample of China's ongoing campaign to siphon off American technology and know-how for Chinese gain.
Today, I will issue a proclamation to better secure our nation's vital university research and to suspend the entry of certain foreign nationals from China who we have identified as potential security risks.
The FBI has arrested 3 Chinese visa holders in the U.S. for their secret connection to the Chinese military.
The FBI says China is harboring a military-linked fugitive at the country's San Francisco consulate.
来自中国的唐娟，去年10月隐瞒自己任职解放军空军军医大学的军职，获得美国 J1 访问学者签证，到加州大学戴维斯分校从事放射肿瘤学的研究。今年6月 ，FBI 查到他的军装照，唐娟就躲进中国驻旧金山领馆近1个月，最后出面投案。
Through the use of not only traditional intelligence officers, but academics, researchers, its own private citizens, China is engaged in a massive, long-term campaign to steal U.S. research and technology for its own uses.
反制中国长期以来利用美国学术开放所进行的渗透，美方近来加大力度清查具有解放军背景的中国学者和留学生，而唐娟只是一例。《华尔街日报》报道，在 UCLA 从事人工智能的中国籍研究人员关雷遭 FBI 调查后，8月底就带着资料准备从洛杉矶机场出境回中国，却与 FBI 上演猫捉老鼠的戏码，在机场追逐，把证据扔进垃圾桶，最后还是遭 FBI 逮捕。但关磊与中国国防科技大学有联系，他的上线是一名解放军的中将，是中国军方超级电脑计划的知名人物。
To abusing student visas to exploit American academia, the actions of China may be unabating, but they are not unthwartable. Let me be clear: DHS has and will continue to play a critical role in the United States' strategic approach to China.
而美国司法部早在2018年启动一项跨部会的中国行动计划，应对来自中国的国安威胁，包括骇客、经济间谍、窃取知识产权等。当前除了逐步收网逮人，更收紧中国的渗透空间。自川普5月底发布签证新规以来，已撤销1000件以上中国人入境美国的签证。但这并非只是为了选举打反中牌的行动。当前美国人把中国视为危险的对手，而遏制中国在各领域对美国造成的挑战，甚至是超越，已成为华府跨党派的共识。
China is stealing intellectual property. China is conditioning being able to do business in China and based on whether or not you have 51% Chinese ownership. That's got to end. I've spent a fair amount of time when I was vice president with President Xi because the president wanted me to get to know him. He's no Democrat with a small D at all.
一路被川普炮轰太轻重的拜登，在中国问题上也逐渐强硬。《纽约时报》一篇分析就指出，拜登的言论已显示他对中国的思维发生了剧烈的转变。1979年刚选上参议员的拜登首次访问中国，他会见了邓小平，对中国的改革开放充满期待。当时是美苏冷战的高峰，拜登与华府政界普遍认为，一个崛起的中国对美国、对世界都有好处。
China is not our enemy. There is nothing inevitable about China and the United States not being as cooperative as any other 2 nations in the world.
2001年，拜登在担任美国参议院外交委员会主席后，首次率团再访中国。当时他在中国加入 WTO 的问题上起到临门一脚的作用。他前往北京市郊，与一般中国老百姓话家常，还在一座天主教堂里做了礼拜。
Jean Zemin and Jun Jean-Ri, that they both are at the point where they had to publicly acknowledge to us that they know that their human rights are not the same as those of the rest of the world, the rest of the industrialized world. And they know they have to make changes.
拜登在中国谈人权、谈宗教自由，并敦促中国做出改变。和其他很多参议员成员一样，拜登认为让中国融入全球将对其内部社会、经济和政治体制产生影响，最终能促成中国的和平演变。而拜登与中国交手40年，他与历代的北京高层都建立了关系，也坚信中国会做出改变，但事实并非如此。
After the steel mills fell, it just all crumbled. I'm third generation. I've worked at a steel mill for a year and a half. and now the steel mill ain't even there.
This is just the way of the world. China is an economic rival to the United States. It does export, it does manufacture, and yes, it takes American jobs.
We want to see China rise. China is going to eat our lunch. Come on, man. I mean, they're not bad folks.
拜登曾经的亲中成了川普打选战的黑材料，而曾为拜登提供咨询的2名前奥巴马政府东亚政策幕僚，在《外交事务》杂志发表文章说，美国一直对中国寄予很高的期待，但建立在这种期待基础上的政策已经宣告失败。
In 1967, in a very famous foreign affairs article, Nixon explained his future strategy. The kind of engagement we've been pursuing has not brought the kind of change inside of China that President Nixon had hoped to induce. We opened our arms to Chinese citizens only to see the Chinese Communist Party exploit our free and open society.
蓬佩奥在7月的新铁幕演说，不只是川普的政策，而是华府普遍的共识。对华政策上一路哀轰的拜登也有所改变。《纽约时报》说，尽管拜登不愿承认过去交往政策失败，但他如果当选，对华政策肯定不会是过去的路线。
There'll be a return to somewhat more conventional policy making. Not that he'll necessarily take a softer line when it comes to China. I think that the old era of engagement is dead and gone. And at the same time, though, his personal style, his approach to the world is quite different than that of President Trump. I believe then that he would turn first to trying to strengthen America and at the same time externally reaching back out to allies that have been kind of the foundation of American foreign policy.
康奈尔大学中国及亚太研究项目主任卡森观点和《纽约时报》一样，拜登不再追求改变中国，但与川普不按牌理出牌不同。拜登将修补被川普破坏的盟友关系，让美国重拾领袖的角色，这将使华府更能团结盟友来遏制中国。
I think what we've seen in his approach to the world is a kind of conventional realist take on things. In other words, countries have their own interests, they're competitive, but there's room through diplomacy, through negotiations, to avoid outright conflict. And so I think that Biden will approach the relationship in a more professional manner than the current administration. There'll be less emotion, certainly less tweeting, more consultation with experts, more dependence on the State Department.
If Biden wins, China will own this country.
卡森认为，拜登若当选，并不必然会如川普所说的那样。当然，中国也不会太好过。虽然当前美国的反中很多是选举语言，但把中国视为竞争对手，已经成为美国外交的长期战略。